Hello and welcome to Songs of Praise from Gorton in the heart of East Manchester. I'm here to celebrate the end of a 12-year battle to save this architectural masterpiece, one of the most important Franciscan centres in England. Tonight, the people of Gorton have returned to celebrate a new future for their monastery, which has become, for the community, a symbol of hope and inspiration.
It was so special. I was only a young boy that was going into a big place with all beautiful statues, candles, which always make you feel warm and loved.
You'd walk in through the big wooden doors and there'd be holy water fonts on each side of the church at the front so that you could bless yourself going in and bless yourself coming out.
Priests used to bless everyone with all the incense, and the smell stays with you all your life. Every time I smell that now in a church, it reminds me it's Gorton Monastery.
During the 1960s and 70s, the terraced housing next to the monastery was demolished, local industries closed down, and the community fell apart.
The last Mass was a very emotional occasion for all of us. We were still quite stunned that the place was closing. Franciscans came to Gorton to spread the faith, but they also had a huge influence on the people. They did so much for them.
I know there are many people here with their own special memories of this magnificent church. And tonight is a special occasion. A congregation gathered for the very first time since the Franciscan friars celebrated their final Mass back in 1989. And we begin in celebratory mood with our first hymn, Hail Redeemer, King Divine. I made my first visit to the monastery 5 years ago, in the company of trust member Ilma Scantlebury. And I was able to see for myself the shocking state of the building just before restoration work began.
It really is sad to see what 15 years of dedicated vandalism can do. What you have to understand, this church was built, physically built, by people who were living here. And the story is that the monks used to stand outside factories and they used to physically buttonhole people saying, "You have worked for your money now you work for God." It's a touching monument to humanity.
It takes your breath away.
I thought you might say that.
It really is magnificent.
It is. Just look at the height, look at the columns, look at the proportions. Isn't that wonderful? And the time it was built, it offered a place of worship, but it was much, much more than that. It offered guidance, it offered social cohesion. The church disappeared, but it didn't mean that those needs have disappeared. And what we are trying to do with this building, offer all those things again, but in a 21st century way. What we want is a building for the whole community. I find that here I am, a Calvinist Hungarian, trying to renovate a Catholic church. And I find it's right. And I am among people who want to do the same thing, whether they be Catholic background or a Muslim background or Jewish. People from all faith want to do the right, can I say, worshipful thing?
Absolutely.
Praising God in our own way by action. Imagine when the windows are not bolted in. Imagine when the light streams in from the peaceful, wonderful garden.